I'm Pauline M and I'm a security officer in the Scottish Parliament. It mainly involves making sure the building is secure and also the people working in it, but also customer care, because we're first point of contact for people coming in. It's 12-hour shifts we do, 4 days on, 4 days off, which is, we do work a lot of weekends, but it doesn't really bother me. You get used to it. You just sort of have to rearrange your life so that you go out during the week instead. We don't have an average day. Every day is different. It doesn't matter what day you come in, it's completely different. You don't know what position you're going to start with, you don't know where you're going to finish. Anything can change throughout the day. You know, if something happens, then you might get pulled from one post and have to go someplace else. So there really isn't an average day. I couldn't describe what normally happens. You know, I actually saw it advertised in the paper. I had just left my previous job. I was a riding instructor, so I decided it was time for a career change. And my dad was in security as well, so I thought, sounds like quite a good job. He's always enjoyed it. So I saw it in the paper and applied, and thankfully I got it. I've been working with horses since I was about 5, you know, going and helping out at the local stables, and I just sort of progressed from being a helper to working part-time while I was still at school, and then I had a full-time job waiting for me, and I was there for about 4.5 years. I sort of realised that I was never going to be able to afford my own house or being able to afford a car or anything like that. It was mainly the money that I realised, you know, I'm not making enough to be able to keep a career out of this. But I just didn't realise how little you get paid as a riding instructor in a riding school. You need to be a freelance instructor with lots of qualifications to make a lot of money with that career, unfortunately. And I just thought, right, enough's enough, and I left, and I didn't have another job to go to. And so I had to go and move back home with my mum and dad for a year, which was hard. I really enjoy working with the people. I mean, you never know who you're going to meet. You know, it could be somebody famous. I've searched Vivienne Westwood. That's my claim to fame so far. You can only really progress when somebody else leaves. You go from being a security officer to being a line manager, and then there's more management jobs after that, but it's not that easy to progress in the job I'm doing, but I'm really happy with what I'm doing just now. At the moment I don't feel I need to go any further. Maybe in a few years' time I'll start to get a bit bored with what I'm doing, but no, I'm quite happy where I am just now. Although I did quite well at school, I wasn't, you know, none of the subjects I did sort of have now reflected on what I do. I did enjoy school, yeah. I just wish now I'd maybe enjoyed it a bit more, because you don't realise how good and easy school actually is until you have to start working and earning money and paying taxes and bills and things. For me, it was when I left school, I already had sort of a job to go to. And if you've got a hobby that you can do that, even if you could get a job working in your hobby for even a year until you decide exactly what you want to do and how you're going to get there, then I would say that's probably the easiest way to do it. But I don't know, you need to really work out what you're wanting to do before you decide to settle down in a job. Because although I was really enjoying working with the horses, I knew that I couldn't make a career out of it. Whereas working in security, I've got basically a job for life. You know, I'm settled and I've got a secure job. There's nothing better knowing that I'll have a wage packet each month, so it's nice and safe.